Hello again, welcome to another lesson still on the scale of C major. If you're a beginner guitar player, we have the Acoustic Guitar Beginners course where I've talked about the major scale. I've talked about how to construct the major scale, how you can use the major scale to find the chords in a certain key that's just playing in key and the number system. So if you're not conversant with these foundational basics of the major scale, please check out my Acoustic Guitar Beginners course. I've talked about that in detail. If you're a bit advanced on the guitar, we also have the intermediate and the advanced course. They might help you. If you're interested, I'll leave a link in the description guiding you how you can get these courses. So let's get straight into this lesson. So in this lesson today, we are looking at the C major scale in 7th position. And by now you already know that when I say in 7th position, it means that the index finger is playing notes on the 7th fret. In the previous positions we checked, I showed you how to do the scale shift from one position to another. I showed you how to do the stretch, okay? And now in this lesson, I'm introducing another technique, the alternate picking technique. Now, the alternate picking technique requires that when you play one note down, the other note, you play it up, okay? So it's down, up, down, up. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, okay? In the previous positions, we only did downstrokes. But in this one, we want to check the alternate pick. Down, up, down, up, down, up. So now, the C major scale in 7th position. These are the notes, okay? First of all, just get the notes correctly, and then later on we check out the alternate pick. We have this is the root. It's the 8th fret of the low E string. So these are the notes of the C major scale in 7th position. Okay, we have this note. It's the C, 8th fret of the low E string, and we have the D. Okay. 10th fret of the same string, and then the E, that is the 7th fret of the A string, and then the F, just a fret higher, and then 2 frets higher, so C, D, E, F, G, and then A, which is the 7th fret of the D string, and then 2 frets higher, that is the B, and then the C, the next fret. Okay, so we have this. So once you've understood these notes, now you can try playing them using the alternate pick technique. Okay, so when you play the C down, play the D up. Okay, the next note down, the next up, down, up, down, up. And the focus on this technique is more on the picking hand. I'm using, first of all, the medium plectrum, the 0.71 millimeters. You can use the hard plectrum. And then when we did strumming, we said the pick is supposed to be slightly slanted at an angle. But now, for the alternate pick, the plectrum is directly is contacting the strings directly. That means the tip of the plectrum is directly in contact with the strings. Okay, it's pointing directly to the strings actually. Okay, so and then the movement should really just come from the fingers that you are using. Don't do awkward things like this. Okay, you are going to make so many mistakes. So just try to be in control of the movement. Okay. I'm playing much more comfortably. I'm not using my entire hand to do the pick. it's not going to come out well. Just try to be in control. Try to use as minimal movement as possible as you possibly can. And the alternate pick is the alternate picking technique is good if you want to play scales much faster, because when you play the downstrokes, first of all, as you play down, you have to again use your hand to come up and then play the next note down and then come up and then down. Okay? But now the alternate picking reduces the time difference between one note and the next, because as you come up, you also strike another note. And so it helps you to play scales much faster, especially if you want to do shred on guitar. Use the alternate picking technique. And even when you're improvising over a song, you don't usually just play down. You usually use the alternate picking. And even when you play scales, you see like all the scale positions that we checked, you're supposed to go over them again with the alternate pick. Okay, so this is the C major scale in 7th position. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So we are at this point now. Just ensure you get the position of these notes and you're able to play them using the alternate picking technique. And then after you are comfortable with that, now we can play the whole scale. So this is where we are now. The next note is the 7th fret of the G string. Okay, and then the 9th fret, the same string, and then the 10th fret. Okay, and then the 8th fret of the B string, and then the 10th, and then the 7th fret of the high E string, and then the 8th fret, and then the 10th fret. Okay, so those are all the notes. No, there's one more note. Okay, I'll show you when we'll play the scale in descending. So try getting this correctly. And now descending, still maintain the same fingering. So there's this additional note, it's below the C, so it's the B. Okay, and then back to the C. You always start and end a scale at the root. This is the root. So I'll just play it again. Sorry. Okay, I'll do that again. And that's the whole scale, the C major scale in 7th position. Using the alternate picking technique. And I want you to note the movement of my picking hand. Some people prefer to really just hold the plectrum very firmly while playing the scales. But my preference, just the way I prefer, I really just hold the plectrum with 2 hands. Depends on you, okay? I prefer having a firm grip on the plectrum when I'm doing strumming, because the plectrum can fall off. But for scale practice, I just prefer just holding it with 2 fingers. But it depends on you. See what works best for you and go with that. So what you can do at this moment, after you master the 7th fret, go over all the positions that we did, because you're supposed to play them using the alternate picking technique. So for instance, the open position, play it using the alternate picking. Okay, that's the open position, or the first, and then the second position. Okay, and then the 5th. And then now the 7th. And then watch how you're going to be able to play scales much faster. So that's it for our lesson. Thank you for watching. See you in the next lesson.